Welcome to She Self-Invested. I'm your host, Lodisha, and get ready to tune into your go-to podcast to feel empowered, to show up authentically feminine in male-dominated spaces, while prioritizing spiritual self-care. Let's invest into ourselves together, starting now. Hello, ladies. It's your work bestie, Lodisha, and welcome to the season 2 finale of She Self-Invested. Today, we're not just wrapping up the season, we're soaking up the wisdom we've shared and preparing for the next chapter. From starting your mornings with purpose to redefining workplace success and finding peace in frustrations. This season has been a journey of empowerment and growth. Can you believe we've reached the end of season 2? I still cannot believe it. It's been an incredible journey, and I couldn't have done it without your support and your constant love, so thank you. Let's revisit some of the highlights from our most impactful episodes and explore how we can carry these lessons into our lives moving forward. First, let's begin with episode 1. One of my favorite episodes, how to overcome being the only woman in the room and the 3 C's of success. Remember, being the only one isn't a disadvantage. It's an opportunity to lead. I share with you all my story of being the only woman in a sound shop that turned into me being the only woman of color on the film set. Being the only woman in the room isn't a setback. It's your chance to lead with authenticity and poise. Episode 2, Unmasking Imposter Syndrome. Overcoming the lies we tell ourselves. This was such an impactful episode. We confronted that inner voice of self-doubt. Remember your affirmations. You're already qualified. You're already worthy. The world is only waiting for you to show up. Next is episode 3, Redefining Femininity. What does being a woman look like for you? I feel like that was one of my favorite episodes to record because as a woman, I feel like most of us have dealt with this where we're told how to look, how to talk, what to wear, who to be in life. And the purpose of redefining yourself is redefining what your version of a woman look like for you and what makes you comfortable in your skin. In episode 3, we learned how embracing our individuality is key to thriving in a male-dominated space. Remember, work besties, being a woman isn't a box to fit into. It's a spectrum of strength, grace, and self-expression. You are your own woman. Create that reality for yourself. Next, we have episode 4, how masculine traits could be slowing down your workplace success. In this episode, we tackled an important truth. While traits like assertiveness and competitiveness can drive success, leaning too heavily on them can sometimes work against us. We learned that incorporating softer, more collaborative, and intuitive approaches can make us more effective and authentic leaders. One standout moment was the reminder that success doesn't have to look like a fight. Embracing our natural feminine strengths like empathy, active listening, and creativity helps us thrive without burning out. I'm curious to know, ladies, what's one way you can bring more balance to your approach at work? Maybe it's choosing collaboration over competition, or maybe it's simply giving yourself permission to slow down. Episode 5, one of my favorites, Mindful Mornings. Starting your day with intention. In Mindful Mornings, we explored how the way you start your day shapes everything that follows. Spending quiet time with God, practicing presence, and self-reflection were the cornerstone rituals we talked about. Episode 6, The Art of Letting Go. Releasing workplace frustrations and finding peace. This was one of the most personal episodes for me sharing why I left the film industry and the frustrations I had to release was very empowering. Letting go of what no longer serves you is the ultimate act of self-investment. We discussed some spiritual tools such as journaling to praying to deep breathing exercises. We explored how to create a space for healing and clarity. Remember, letting go isn't about forgetting. It's about freeing yourself to move forward. The key takeaway of this episode is peace is not a passive act. It's something you have to work for, protect, and prioritize. Episode 7, From Burnout to Breakthrough, Healing and Reclaiming Your Purpose in a New Career. In Burnout to Breakthrough, I discuss my personal journey and tips for overcoming workplace burnout. Burnout has taught me that rest is productive. Reclaiming your purpose starts with giving yourself permission to pause and pivot. And you never know where that might take you. For me, pausing and pivoting led me to Austin, Texas, in a whole new career field. So I wonder where pausing and pivoting might take you. Remember, ladies, switching careers isn't just about logistics. It's about aligning your work with your soul. The spiritual journey is just as important as the professional. Sharing my story of leaving the film industry and finding joy in live events was a reminder that healing and purpose often go hand in hand. Let's move on to our very first interview of the season, episode 8, From the Ground Up, Rising in a Male-Dominated Field, featuring Allie Griffin. We had an amazing conversation with Allie, a trailblazer in the live event industry, about breaking barriers as a ground rigger. She reminded us that our physical strength is just as valid as our mental strength. Her advice to take up space unapologetically still gives me chills. Like I mentioned, Allie inspired me to become a ground rigger, so it was very monumental having her on the show. Lastly, episode 9, Redefining Success, Letting Go of Others' Expectations, featuring Kimberly. Let's get into episode 9. Kimberly opened the conversation with a powerful reminder. Success isn't about the titles you hold or the money you make. It's about alignment. When your values, goals, and actions are in harmony, that's true success. When she said that, personally for me, that shifted the way I think about success entirely. It definitely changed my perception on what I thought it was and what it actually could mean to us. She talked about how we often adopt definitions of success from our parents, peers, or cultures. But to thrive, we have to ask ourselves, what does success look like for me? That might mean pursuing balance, creativity, or simply joy. If you haven't already, take 5 minutes to reflect on what success means to you without anyone else's influence. That clarity is life-changing. I just want to thank you, ladies, for investing into yourselves. This season wasn't just about my growth. It was about yours too. Every episode was intentionally designed to empower you to invest in your own journey. This season has been transformative, and it's all because of you. If you love what you heard, share your favorite episode with a friend or let me know what resonated most on social media. Your voice is what makes this podcast special. Remember, investing in yourself is the best way to transform your life. So keep showing up, keep dreaming big, and I'll see you for season 3 of She's Self-Invested. Until then, stay strong, stay soft, and stay invested in you.